Hey everybody, finally back to making some videos. Actually getting over a cold today, so if the voice sounds a little bit funny, that's why. I'm gonna watch the turtles over here. They're out there sunning. But anyways, so last video set we were dealing with Joseph in chapter 39 and his temptation. Chapter 40, we see Joseph imprisoned, but how the Lord works that out for him. Our first few verses is the butler and baker are having a dream, and they have very, very sad faces. And this is what happens in verse 6. Joseph came in unto them in the morning. It's Genesis 40, verse 6. And it came in unto them in the morning and looked upon them, and behold, they were very sad. So now, mind you, they're in jail, and they've made Pharaoh very unhappy. And for whatever reason, they are more sad than usual for Joseph to notice it. So that's kind of a humor. You're in jail, so you're more sad. So it's kind of an interesting thought. So he asked Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of his lord's house, saying, "Wherefore look ye so sadly today?" So very much sad than before. And they said to him, "We have dreamed the dream, and there is no interpreter of it." And Joseph said to them, "Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me them, I pray you." Very interesting. Just, Joseph, he just had a very, very strong relationship with the Lord, and he carries that with him throughout the day. It's not just a Sunday religion thing for Joseph. It is really, I am one who follows God. I am one who, looks to God for wisdom, and I'm going about my life to understand God more. And as for Christians today, even though this is written and recorded approximately 1700 BC, that should be our point as well, is that it should be a daily growing to understand the Lord better, reading his word more. Not just I got my ticket, I got my sins forgiven, I'm not going to go to hell when I die. Now I can just go live any way I want to. No, it should be that daily relationship that's building with the Lord. And I think we can look at the life of Joseph, just in these first verses, and see that was his goal. All right, so they give the descriptions of their dream. The chief butler told his dream to Joseph and said to him, "In my dream, behold, a vine was before me, and the vine were 3 branches, and it was as though it budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and pressed them into the Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. And Joseph said to him, This is the interpretation. The 3 branches are 3 days, yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thine head and restore thee unto thy place, and thou shalt deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, and after the former manner when thou wast his butler." So, Mr. Butler here is being restored. Joseph saying, "Hey, according to your dream, the interpretation is you will be restored to active duty." And Joseph has a request here. "But think on me, when I shall be well with thee, and show kindness, I pray thee, unto me." I mean, Joseph's asking a little thing. It's not a quid pro quo thing. He already gave the butler the interpretation of the dream. He didn't say, "Well, hey, if you'll do something good for me, I'll do something good for you." No. He just said, "Hey, I gave you interpretation. You're going to go be before Pharaoh. Would you speak kindly to Pharaoh for me?" So, and Joseph says, I'm watching my time here. Joseph says, "I pray thee unto me, and make mention of me unto Pharaoh, and bring me out of this house, for indeed I was stolen." So, just because he trusts the Lord and he's living day by day to serve the Lord doesn't mean that he just is willing to stay in jail. So, I mean, that's, he's trying to get out of this particular circumstance, and I think that's understandable. Verse 15, "For indeed I was stolen out of the land of the Hebrews. Here also have I done nothing that they should put me into the dungeon." When the chief baker saw the interpretation was good, he said unto Joseph, "I was also in my dream, and behold, I had 3 white baskets on my head. And in the white uppermost basket there was all manner of baked meats for Pharaoh, and the birds that eat them out of the basket upon my head." Now remember, as you read through the Bible, when you've got birds in a vision or a dream, it's a bad thing. It's usually, has to do with death, as we'll see here, evil spirits, principalities of the air. It's not a good thing. Just answered and said, this interpretation there, the 3 baskets are indeed 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thy head from off thee, and shall hang thee on a tree. And the birds shall eat thy flesh from off thee. And it came to pass the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, he made a feast unto all of his servants. And he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants. And he restored the chief butler unto his butlership again. And he gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker as Joseph had interpreted them. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, but forgot him. Sad story. But interesting to see, once again, Joseph, let's put it realistically, Joseph trusts the Lord. And what does he get? Physically, what does he get? Immediately, nothing. But we'll have to keep reading on to see what happens. But everything he said, all the interpretations the Lord gave him was true. Butler gets out, goes to serve Pharaoh. Baker, but unfortunately has to stay in jail longer. So, onward to chapter 41, where we will finish Genesis. Of course, at 51, I think we have 52 chapters. It's going to be a while. Hang in there.